Alright, hello everyone, it's Team Rocket Draws here with another Pokemon drawing tutorial. And for this video guys, we're going to be drawing Pansage. So as you guys can see on screen, this is how it ends up looking like. So if you guys want to learn how to draw it, then let's get started. I'm also going to put up a reference right now on screen. That was easier for you guys to draw, and at the same time you guys can get all your details. Just keep in mind guys that we're going to start off by doing a sketch, and then from there you guys are going to do your final drawing. So remember to do your lines light. Just like my other tutorials guys, we're going to start off by doing a circle, and then we're going to split it in half both ways. Once again, try to get it as perfect as you can, and then we're going to split it right in the middle. The better that you guys make it, the easier the tutorial is going to be. And also keep in mind guys to pause the video as you guys go at your own pace. And we're actually going to do a line that's around 3/4 of the actual circle. So right there I'm just using a spare piece of paper to measure. Then we could do this other line right there for the body, and then we're going to split that in half. Alright, now that we have that guys, we're going to do a little line right there in the right side of the circle, and then we're just going to connect it to the bottom. Basically what we're doing is just extending the head a little bit. We're going to do a reference line up there. This is just to help us do the ears. We're going to start out with that one. This one starts around down there, and then we can just connect it. And then the same thing over here. Make sure that you guys start them off roughly in the same area. And then this one actually is not going to go all the way to the top guys, since it is a little bit more at an angle. You guys could actually make it perfectly, you know, aligned, but you guys don't have to. And then right there I was using a spare piece of paper just to measure the circles to make sure like they kind of match. That's the way I like doing it. And we're gonna do this reference line going across right there using the actual circle as a reference. And then we're gonna do the legs right here. So if you notice, the right leg's a little bit thinner than the one on the left. And then we're gonna do a reference line just under that, just so it could help us know where to place them. And then we're gonna do oval shape right there, and then a little bit bigger one right here on this side. Now we could just connect them to make the feet. And once again, just try to make the actual legs roughly the same thickness. And then we're gonna do a circle right here, which is gonna be one of the hands. Now we're gonna do a reference line right under it. That way it can help us. I do another one going down the side of the ear, and now it's just gonna help us place this other arm right there. Obviously it's gonna be a little bit longer, but you try to make it the same thickness as the circle. Now we could actually start by connecting it and doing the arm. There we go. And then the actual thumb, another one right there. And just remember to roughly do the thumbs the same size guys. Now around here we're gonna do an oval shape for one of the eyes. Now we could actually use that and do a reference line under the circle or the oval and on top, and that's just gonna help us do the other eye. And then for the inner eye, the pupil. Now we're gonna do the nose. The nose is not right in the middle guys, it's more to the right. And then we could just do that and then connect it, make sure that it's gonna line up to the top right there. And then yeah. Now for the actual mouth, we're gonna go a little bit under the nose, and then we're gonna do an oval shape right here for the actual mouth, and then close it off right there to make the tongue. And we're almost done guys. Alright, so now to do the inside of the ear. There we go, kind of looks like an oven mitt. There we go. Now on the other ear, just try to get it the same thickness from the inner ear and the outside of the ear. Compare on both sides, they should roughly be the same. Like the inner ear to the outer ear is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so now around there, this is where the head starts. And then we're gonna do these just curved lines right there to help us do the top of them. Kind of looks like the top of, I guess, like broccoli, right? That's what it basically represents. Now we can just, right there I just did it just to split it in the middle, just to help me place these right here. They kind of remind me of seeds. I might have done them a little bit too big guys, but I think it still looks okay. Now for the bottom right there, and now the tail, I do a reference line, just continuing the reference line that we did for the hands. and we're gonna do those 2 leaves and then just connect it to the actual body. Now for the small details right there for the toes, and we basically have our Pansage drawing, guys. Now it's just a matter of erasing some of those reference lines that are not necessary. I recommend that you guys look at the reference to get a better idea of what lines to keep and which ones to erase. So that's why earlier in the video I said to make sure to press lightly on your pencil, since we were going to start off by doing a sketch, and we're actually going to do a lot of erasing. And now you guys notice once we do some erasing that it looks a little bit better. Now I just go over it and just highlight or outline the lines a little bit better. This is also the best time, guys, to make any changes before you do this. If something doesn't look right, make sure to change it right now. Now that we have our overall sketch, anything that's not looking right, now's the time to change it, since we have the full sketch. And yeah, so I think I was pretty much happy with this, so I just kept it the way that I had it. But maybe your the eyes don't match up like they did to mine right there, so I do redo it. I felt like this one was more of a circle than an oval shape. And then right here I'm just using the spare piece of paper just to measure the eyes, making sure that they roughly line up, and I was happy with that. Although the one on the right is a little bit more sideways. I don't know how to really explain that. Yeah, guys, so just make sure that you're happy with it. Just because I have some changes on my drawing doesn't mean that that's what you guys are supposed to do to yours. Everybody's gonna do their drawings, their sketches differently, so just because I'm happy with my sketch doesn't mean that you should be happy with yours. If there's something you guys could improve in your sketch, then go for it. But for me, I was happy with it, so I just went ahead and outlined it with a fine tip Sharpie. I forgot what they're called, guys. They're not Sharpies. It's I guess Copic outliner. I think that's what it's called. And there we go, just outlining it. Overall, I think it came out pretty good, guys. The only thing that now that I'm looking at, now that I'm rewatching this and looking back into it, there's always gonna be things that I noticed that I could have done better, right? One of those is gonna be his right arm, like his left, but the right side of him right now that we can see. The actual thumb on the reference, it just seems like his hand is open, right? He's like kind of facing it up. And on mine, it seems like the thumb is the wrong way. It's like the way that it's not supposed to be. And that's something that just kind of threw me off a little bit. And obviously the right eye, it still doesn't look right, but I think it still came out pretty good. So I did end up coloring it. I used my Copic markers. I just used the closest colors that I had for Pansage. I think I had the close enough to the right ones. The only thing was the actual like skin color on them. On Pansage is more like a yellow tone. On mine, it's just more like a sand tone. And I just used what I had, and then I went over it with some colored pencils and just added a few more darker shades. Used a light brown, a dark brown, and then I went over it at the end with the black. The same thing for the inside of the mouth. I used darker tones, and then I went over it with black just to give it a little bit more of a shade. And I think overall, guys, it came out pretty good. I ended up buying this really good, it was expensive, but a really good sharpener, and it just makes it like really pointy, guys, really sharp, and I really like that. And it just helps you out a lot when you're using colored pencils, so I really recommend using a really good sharpener. It just makes a big difference, that's for sure. So just applying some more of the black color pencil, then I just went over it with the white gel pen for some highlights. I know the actual sketch, or not the sketch, but the reference doesn't have these highlights, guys, but it's something that I think just brings out the actual drawing a little bit better, a little bit more. So I've been doing that lately, and I'm still practicing on where to add these highlights or where to do them and whatnot. And so yeah, don't judge me really on the coloring, guys. Overall, I think it still came out pretty good in my opinion. Obviously it's not the best, but I think I did okay, so hopefully you guys did as well. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys ended up drawing Pansage, and make sure to check out my other 2 tutorials. I did Panseer and Panpour, so make sure to go check them out if you want to draw all 3 of them. So let me know in the comment section below once again how it ended up coming out. And yeah guys, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave a comment and I'll be happy to reply when I can. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and I guess I'll just catch you guys on the next one. Team Rocket Draws out.